Excellent. Let's kick off. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome and thanks for joining us today for our session, introduction to Amazon advertising that has been newly launched. Definitely an exciting time for marketplace sellers, Amazon marketplace sellers in South Africa. So again, have a look out for any updates in the chat box. I've also shared a copy of this presentation for you to reference at a later time. By now, most attendees would have joined. So let's kick off. So this is just a GIF that displays where to find Seller University within Seller Central. You can click on the hamburger menu in the top left, select Learn, and in the top left, you can navigate to Webinar to register for our upcoming webinars. You can also find recordings of previous webinars on our Seller University South Africa YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out. Considering our topic for today, we would like for you to walk away with a better understanding of how to create campaigns and also the advertising tools you can use to reach new customers on Amazon in South Africa. These are tools like sponsored products and vouchers. So after the session, sellers will be able to create an automatic campaign for sponsored products and reach new customers using sponsored products and vouchers. Let's move on. So in terms of presenters for the session, my name is Jared. I'm a key account manager at Amazon South Africa. And we are joined today with Aguz. He's an advertising account executive and will offer his broad knowledge of the advertising space and answer as many trending questions as we have time for. So thank you, Aguz, for joining us today. In this session, we'll be spending roughly 30 minutes today presenting, and thereafter we'll move to a Q&A and answer any trending questions that is posted in the chat box. So please feel free to post any questions there throughout the session, but more so towards the end and during the Q&A portion of this webinar. We'll also try and cover as many of these questions as possible. We do have team members that are monitoring the chat box, and some will be addressed directly via chat, and others we'll cover live to have more of a conversation around trending topics regarding advertising with Amazon South Africa. So let's move on. Let me start off by giving some information and general context on Amazon Ads. So Amazon Ads offers a range of options to help you achieve advertising goals for professional sellers. And this includes vendors, book vendors, KDP, authors, app developers, or even agencies. So if you want to get started with advertising products yourself using the features offered by Amazon Ads, which includes sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display, and stores, visit the advertising registration page and choose one of the options to enroll and get started. Let me start off by giving some information and general context on Amazon Ads. So Amazon Ads offers a range of options to help you achieve advertising goals for professional sellers, as I mentioned, and this include vendors, book vendors, KDP, authors, app developers, and even agencies. So again, if you want to get started with advertising products yourself using the features offered by Amazon Ads, which includes sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display, and stores, you can visit the advertising registration page and choose one of the options to enroll and get started. So let's go ahead and transition over to talking about sponsored products. So how does sponsored products play a role in a seller's advertising campaign? So sponsored products allows you to promote individual product listings or ASINs to customers as they browse and search for items to buy in the Amazon store. Sponsored products are targeted to keywords or products. They appear above and within search results and on product detail pages on both desktop or mobile devices. An important thing to remember here, it is pay-per-click or commonly referred to as PPC. So you only pay when customers click on your ads. You don't pay for the impressions. You also can control how much you spend by setting a budget and choosing how much to bid per click. Since you can choose and set up your own campaigns, including budget and bids, sponsored products can be used by advertisers of any business size for a wide variety of goals, such as generating awareness of a new product, promoting seasonal items, clearing excess inventory, or showcasing a best-selling item. So let's go ahead and move into the next slide about creating a campaign. So one of the common questions for sellers is, where do I start, or how do I start? So let's take a quick look at how sellers like yourself can create a sponsored products campaign. You're going to find this extremely intuitive and very easy to follow. So let's move along over to the next slide. So here are the steps to create them. So we're going to watch this. This is going to play through in a cycle a few times. And I really want you to think of this and watch the progression here. So when you are in Seller Central at the start, you're going to click on the top left navigation bar or hamburger menu, the 3 lines that we see there. And then step 1, you're going to hover over advertising, then click on campaign manager, and then click on create your campaign. So those are the steps. It's that easy. So yeah, let's watch it one more time. Click on the three dots up there, the navigation bar, hover over advertising. Then you click on the campaign manager, and then you click on create your campaign. Let's move on. So let's go on to the next slide. So let's talk about settings once you've clicked on create your campaign. So what is the next step? This is going to play in a loop a few times for you just to understand it in more detail. So for step 2 in settings, you can enter the following information. So you're going to give your campaign a name. Thereafter, you're going to give your campaign a start and an end date. And then the last piece of the puzzle here, you're going to enter your daily budget. A quick note in this is you want to make sure you don't run out of your daily budget too early in the day. When you run out of your daily budget, this means that your ad will no longer serve the date, and at midnight, they start all over again. So if you run out of your budget by 8 a.m., which is a great thing in general, lots of people have been clicking on your ads. However, you would want your ads running all day to sell your products. And then regarding targeting, we always recommend automatic targeting for your very first campaign. You will notice there's a little orange button there, which we will talk more about in our next slide. So here you can choose the targeting type. So either automatic targeting or manual targeting. Automatic targeting will target products and keywords that are similar to the product in your ads, while manual targeting lets you choose keywords and products to target customer searches and set custom bids. For new sellers, we highly recommend selecting automatic targeting for your first campaign. When you choose automatic targeting, Amazon uses multiple default strategies to match your ad to a customer shopping for your product. These different targeting defaults are close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. So let's move over to the next slide. So after your targeting type, you need to choose a campaign bidding strategy. So there are 3 different bidding strategies, namely dynamic bids up and down, dynamic bids down only, and a fixed bid. So let's talk to that for a second. So dynamic bids up and down. These are bids that Amazon will either increase or decrease by a max of 100% when it's more or less likely to lead to a sale. Whereas dynamic bids down only are bids in which Amazon will decrease your bid by a max of 100% when it's less likely to lead to a sale. And then number 3, fixed bids. And these are bids that Amazon will not adjust. For your first campaign, we recommend selecting dynamic bids up and down, just to allow that time to build enough data to make data-driven decisions for future campaigns. Next, You'll need to name your ad group. So what is an ad group? So ad groups act as subfolders in your campaigns. And you can use this to create a name for your ad group and then enter it in the ad group name box. Keep in mind that ad groups are not available for campaigns using text. Next, as you can see on your screen, we're going to talk to products. So select the product or products you want to include in your ad group. You can search by product name, SKU, ASIN. After you find the products you want to add, you can click Add to add them to your ad group. And if you select a product with variations, you may see an Add Variations button. So clicking this will include all sizes, colors, or other differences in the product you want to advertise. Next, you'll need to set your default bid. So also known as cost per click or CPC. The bid is the amount you're ready to invest for a shopper to click on your ads. So to help you decide on your CPC bids, use the suggested bid range. The bids in this range are calculated from a group of winning bids for ads that are similar to yours. You should consider applying the suggested bid to some or all of your keywords for your first campaign. Next, negative keyword targeting. So before you launch your campaign, you'll see an option to update the negative keyword targeting and negative product targeting feature. So if you're a new seller, you should skip this because your campaign is still in the progress of gathering information. One of the questions you're likely to ask is, so what is the negative keywording or negative targeting? So there are certain products that may match. So a top of mind example is if you're selling sunglasses, we don't want you to be paying for when customers search for wine glasses. But at this stage, don't make any decisions until you have enough data to make a decision on what your negative keywords are going to be. So when you first get started, you can skip this section, and over the course of time, you're going to learn to make data-driven decisions and only start putting in negative keywords once you learn what those need to be. And that happens over a course or period of time. Awesome. Let's move on. So it's almost time to submit your campaign. So before you submit, review all of your information to ensure you're happy with how you have set your campaign up. If you want to save your draft and come back to it later, you can click Save as Draft. Otherwise, click Launch Campaign. Your campaigns are usually eligible to go live within 1 to 2 hours after you submit them. Once live, campaign performance metrics like impressions may take up to 12 hours to display in the campaign manager. You can also check out tutorials in Seller University on how to create your first automatic campaign soon or manual campaign. Moving on, so keywords and search terms. So one of the most important topics we can be talking about is, in fact, keywords and search terms. So let me give you a breakdown of some of the keyword match types that are used. So one thing to remember is that keywords are only available in a manual campaign. So once you have manual targeting selected, you can scroll down to see the keyword section. I will take some time for you to see the workflow here, so you can then move forward with creating the campaign. So you can click, and that's how you enter your keywords. I hope it's displaying correctly on your screen. So you click manual targeting, and you head down to the box at the bottom, and you can enter your keywords and then add keywords. So more on keyword targeting. So there are a few different types of keywords. There's broad match, as you can see in the filter by section on your screen, where your ad may appear when a customer searches for your keyword in any order, including close variations. So broad match offers the widest exposure. A shopping query will match if it contains all of the keyword terms in any order. So broad match also includes the plural form of those keywords, as well as synonyms or other variations that are similar to that keyword. There's also phrase match, where your ad may appear when a customer searches for either your exact phrase or sequence of words in your keyword. While this is more restrictive than broad match, it can drive more relevant traffic to your ads. And then we get exact match, and it's a much more specific and direct for your ad to show a customer search term must match your keyword exactly. This is the most restrictive match type, but can help generate the most relevant traffic to your products or brands. Moving on to negative keyword targeting. So negative phrase and exact match apply a negative match type to keywords in your campaigns to prevent your ads from showing when customers search for those terms. So this can help you get the most relevant clicks while reducing the irrelevant ones. We do recommend starting with broad match and then reviewing your campaign performance reports to see which specific terms are performing best. So consider adding a phrase match or exact match to use more precise terms to help reach a more relevant audience as they search to buy. The more campaigns you run, the more opportunity you have to learn what helps you drive the most sales. So in the beginning, we do recommend launching at least 5 sponsored product campaigns within your first few weeks of advertising. From these campaigns, you can identify top performing products and keywords so you know where to focus your resources. You can also check out our video in Sala University called Keyword Match Types. This will be available soon, which gives you a more in-depth look at these keyword match types. Next, budget for sponsored products. So let's talk about daily budgets. A daily budget is the amount you're willing to spend per day over a calendar month. So ad spend on any given day may exceed your daily budget, but at the end of the month, the average daily spend will not exceed your daily budget. We recommend you enroll in some of our courses that cover how to launch your first campaign with sponsored products or sponsored brands. Through the Learning Console, you can improve your skills with over 40 learning courses designed by Amazon advertising experts, with the first course being Set Up a Sponsored Ads Campaign. You learn how to launch a sponsored products or sponsored brands campaign, implement a budget that works with your goals, and improve your keyword bidding strategy. You can access this by signing in with your Amazon account to get started. We also recommend watching our video, Sponsored Ads, Budget Basics, for more in-depth look at how to budget for your campaigns. So let's move on. So how can sellers review metrics to track campaign performance? In order to track the performance of your campaign, you can find performance metrics in the Campaign Manager interface. And from there, you can find reports that can be downloaded for use in most popular spreadsheet programs like Excel. In the Campaign Manager, you have the option to display metrics for today, yesterday, week to date, last week, month to date, last month, year to date, lifetime, or a customized range featuring dates from the last 90 days. The specific dates included in your displayed metrics are shown on the x-axis axis of the graph. So keep in mind that metrics in the Campaign Manager are updated every hour. So sales and ACOS, or advertising cost of sales, data can take up to 48 hours to populate and might be incomplete in the yesterday view of in the Campaign Manager. In this view, spend is an estimate and can be updated until 3 days after the click occurs as we validate your click traffic. You can review your performance metrics based on budget, impressions, top of search, impression share, clicks, spend, sales, orders, ACOS or advertising cost of sales, ROAS or return on ad spend, click-through rate or CTR, cost per click or CPC, and units sold, to name a few. Now let's very quickly touch on vouchers. So this is available within Seller Central, and it's a self-service growth tool that can be used by sellers. With vouchers, you can offer a percentage or money of discounts to help increase your sales on certain listings. This page just sort of shows you where you can find vouchers, and this is under the advertising tab in Seller Central. Vouchers appear throughout the Amazon store, including within search results that feature a vouchers badge. One second, it moved by itself. It includes within search results that feature a vouchers badge, as well as on product detail pages, offer listings, and the vouchers homepage. So that's a feature that is available within Seller Central. You can go use immediately. So yes, so now that we've covered many different advertising features you can use, I'll now hand over the mic to Guz just to open up the floor to the audience questions that may have come in via the chat, or perhaps just share some additional guidance on advertising with Amazon, some top tips, that type of thing. So Guz, please feel free to go ahead.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Thanks for some questions. I tried to reply most of you directly on the chat, but I also wanted to copy some generic questions just to reply to all. One of them is related to if these campaigns target only those users who are browsing on Amazon, or it will be visible in other platforms as well. So it's a great question. I will start with the sponsored product and sponsored brand, which are the search campaigns. Once you launch sponsored product or brand, your ads will be visible on Amazon.com search page only, because we will be targeting the keywords on Amazon, and we will be visible on those search terms when people make the related search. But for sponsored display, if we target Amazon audiences, because under the sponsored display there will be two different options: to target Amazon audience and to target Amazon contextual. If we target Amazon audiences, the users might see your ads in other platforms as well. Like I'm one of your targeted people, and I'm reading an article in a newspaper website, and I might see your ads while I'm reading the article. And with the one click, I will be landing your product detail page directly. But it contains, for the sponsored display, audience targeting only. For the rest of the options, like sponsored product, sponsored brand, and sponsored display contextual targeting, it will be visible on Amazon directly. Some of you were struggling to find suggested bid amount. Actually, it should be visible on the campaign creation process when you click create campaign and then land it to the campaign creation page. It should be visible. If you don't see anything, that there should be an automatic default bid as well if you didn't select flex bid. So if you face those issues, please reach out to our support team via contact us and share that it's not visible on your end, but it should be visible while you are creating the campaign. On the main page, you may not see it, but while creating the campaign, it should be visible. There is a generic question about how Amazon ads campaigns benefit my business, even the maybe sales are low, or overall glance views are low. Actually, that's the reason why you may use sponsor ads in general, because please remember the sponsored display audience targeting option. You may reach out to Amazon audiences even outside of the Amazon as well. So you will have a chance to be visible through to extended audiences, and you can get as much as traffic to your product detail page. Of course, one of the main goals of ads to increase revenue and also have the maximum amount of ROAS, but it shouldn't be the only goal or aim of the advertising. You would increase your visibility, you would get as much as traffic you want to the product detail page, and basically you will be saying here as a seller XYZ, we are selling on Amazon with this price, with this product title, and you can buy us on Amazon easily with just one more click. So that's why when you start tracking your campaign performances, you do not focus on ROAS only. Of course, check the revenue, check the ROAS, but also try to understand how many visitors you are getting, how many clicks you are getting, and what's the new to brand rate from your advertising activities. Because Amazon Ad Console provides you to select new to brand users and track new to brand activities as well, especially under the sponsored brand and sponsored display. You will be able to just have the split of what's the new to brand sales, what's the new to brand order, and what's the new to brand percentages amongst the total sales and orders. I believe there are some new questions too, and let me check those quickly. These were my main notes during the session. I receive multiple questions about your impressions and your clicks are not visible on the screen. There might be several reasons for that. First, please double check if your ASINs are approved or not. Once you click into the ad group, you will see your list of ASINs if they are activated or rejected due to the ad policies. If they're active and you are still not seeing any impressions or clicks, it means you are losing the competition. So you may need to increase your bids in general in the campaign level. In addition to increasing overall bid, you have a chance to increase top of the search bid adjustment. By top of the search, I mean the first 4 products on Amazon search page. In addition to increasing overall bid, you may make the bid adjustment of top of the search, so you would increase your chance to be visible on the top 4 products when someone search a keyword. Having this placement or displaying in this placement would help you to drive more traffic to your product detail page, and even direct or indirectly it will be impacting your overall business as well. And let me again check other ads. Would my ads be only seen in South Africa? Yes, because actually yes and no together. If your seller code or seller ID is linked with the South Africa only, you will be able to run ads on South Africa only. But under the same brand ID, if you are active in other countries, you would have a chance to include or add other countries as well. But to do that, you need to, as I said, you need to be eligible in other markets too, and you need to include other countries one by one. But in default, in general, yes, your ads will be visible in South Africa only. Yes, there is an important question as well related to how do you define suggested bids. It's a good question. We have 2 different bidding options actually. One of them is floor price, the minimum bid amount that you would able to select. Another one is the suggested bid. Floor price is determined from the market research before launching in South Africa. On the other hand, suggested bid is the overall average for this competition. So every categories can see different suggested bids sometimes, because in each category there are different competitors and it causes different dynamic bids. So you will be always seeing the dynamic bid suggestion during the campaign creation process. That's why it may differ from category to category. And at the end of the first maybe 6 months, we will have a benchmark of every single categories as well, not for the cost only, but also the average ROAS, average detail page visit rate, average new to brand rate, etc. Once you have all those benchmarks, you will also have a chance to track your results and compare your results with the related benchmark levels as well.
I think, yeah, while it goes as a look for any further questions, I think also just one thing that I want to note again is the support for advertising. So there's a dedicated ad support team that you can contact directly from the advertising console. So just thought it's worthwhile mentioning that.
Yes, there's a new question about preview. If it's a sponsored product, or actually if it's sponsored product, you are not able to see preview, but it will be your product on the search page directly, actually. But if you are launching sponsored brand, for instance, you need to include an image or title headliner to the ad material as well. And in these models, you will be able to see preview in the campaign creation page. Same for sponsored display too. When you start creating sponsored display, there's a chance to include image, logo, headliner, and all those stuffs. And once you start including those details, again, the preview will be visible on the campaign creation page, so you will be able to see how it looks like. For the sponsor product, as I said, it's not possible to see preview, but once your campaign launch, you can start typing and searching for your targeted keywords, and your ads will be visible on the search page directly. Just to summarize, there are multiple placements of sponsored product. As I said at the beginning, there are 4 placements at the beginning of the page, which we call top of the search. There are 4 different sponsored products in the middle of the page, and there are another 4 different placements at the bottom of the page. So in the first page only, you have 12 different placements for the sponsored product. So even if you are not visible on the top of the search, you should be visible on the rest if you are winning the competition, of course. To increase your visibility on the top of the search, please refer to my first reply, which is related to top of the search bid adjustment. By increasing that part, you will increase your chance to be visible on the top of the search placements in one of the 4 products.
Minimum daily budget.
Once you start creating your campaign, it will be a warning at the bottom of the daily budget area. So you will see that what's the minimum amount of that budget of that country, because it's different in each country.
Awesome.
Just one final question I received. It seems important to me. There's a good question about how to select keywords. Actually, that's the reason why Jared also recommended the automated campaign at the first level, at the first phase. By running automated campaigns, the AI of the ad console will match the users according to your ASINs, like people are engaging with what kind of categories, and in these categories, which keywords are getting the more attraction, etc. So once you start running automatic campaigns, you will be understanding what kind of keywords are working or not, because you would be also able to get the report in the keyword base. So you will understand which keywords are performing good and which keywords are performing less, just to deactivate. Sorry. That's why important to start with the automatic campaigns to understand the behavior of your potential customers. As a second option, there should be a way to see top keywords on Seller Central. Of course, you would know Seller Central much better than I do, probably, since I'm an ads guy, but you don't need to deep dive a lot. Starting with the automatic one, will help you to understand customer behavior and potential successful keywords. Jared, I guess there's also a question about the maybe upcoming webinars, but you already mentioned that, I guess, in the university seller part.
Oh, yes, yeah. You can find the upcoming webinars within Seller Central. You can have a look what's upcoming, and then we'll also obviously reach out to dedicated sellers via mail in some cases, and then you'll find recordings of previous webinars on our Seller University South Africa YouTube channel. And I think, yeah, that's we can wrap up. Thank you so much for everyone for the engagement. Thank you so much for the questions. We hope that we've answered all your questions and you're feeling confident about maximizing your brand owner benefits on Amazon. And you feel confident in creating that first campaign. So please go ahead. If you do need support, like I mentioned, there's a dedicated support team within the advertising console where you can get dedicated ad support for all your ads related questions. So please go ahead, use the tool, and hopefully you make a lot of sales.